Why is this news? Unless a certain group of people are sending out a dog whistle. So John Boyega chooses to only date black women, specifically darker-skinned black women. I like my women black, you know.
This is how you know that all these preferences, which are really requirements, are rooted in so much bigotry. Because once someone does the inverse and it's like, it's my preference, I like this quote-unquote oppressed group. I like darker-skinned women, I like black women. I like fat women, I like trans women. Any woman that society or person, or woman or person, that society has decided was undesirable, unworthy of love, and then suddenly has made it known that I like this person, I don't like anyone else. Suddenly people have a problem with it. Because like I said before, people are literally rooting their whole identities, rooting their whole, worth based off the detriment of another person. Because why would it bother you that one man wants to date specifically black women? The majority of the men don't want to. Well, the ones on the internet. The thing is, once everything is catered towards you and is taken away from you just a little bit, it can start to feel like oppression.
So the Star Wars actor John Boyega a few days ago, or maybe last week sometimes, has stated that he only prefers black women. Now, someone come up in the Twitter, I think it's another black woman, that said, you know what, there's nothing wrong with his dating preference. It's that if a white man stood there and said the same thing about white women, then he'll be deemed as racist. So it's about double standards, whereas I don't really agree with that. It's not exactly the same. Plus, if a white man was to stand there and say it, me personally, it depends on the person that's receiving it. Me personally, there's nothing wrong with that. What's wrong with that white man loving his white woman and wanting to reproduce themselves and continue themselves? There's nothing wrong with that. And I still say it with black people, there's nothing wrong with you staying with your own. And the reason why he feels he probably has to say it is because let's look at the standard of beauty today. It is geared towards white women. So when you look at the black woman, which is the opposite, who's been downtrodden throughout history, it's nice to have a famous black man standing up and saying what he prefers.
John Boyega is getting a lot of controversy because he revealed to the public that he only dates black women.
Why wouldn't he choose a black woman? Why wouldn't he want to be with a black woman? Why wouldn't he want to be with the only type of woman that can understand him? Especially after the entire world disrespected him when he was casted in Star Wars. The entire Star Wars fandom literally sat there and shitted on him, disrespected him, and threw racist comments towards his way just because he was a fucking stormtrooper. People who wear a goddamn uniform, bro. Nobody knows what they look like underneath that uniform. But y'all were mad. But now the same people that were mad about him in Star Wars are mad because he says his preference is black women. Y'all don't even want him in y'all movies. Why the fuck do y'all give a fuck about who he chooses to be with? Like, the audacity of some of these people really make me sick, bro. The shit is fucking wild to me.
So people are mad over John Boyega saying that he only dates black women when he was doing an interview. Child, this man literally just said, listen, I like dating black women. I want to have a black wife, black kids. What's wrong with that?
Wow. I'm not a black woman, but I'm a native from Hawaii. I'm very happy to see a famous, handsome black man advertising his love for black women. I hope it becomes a growing and lasting trend, because I've seen quite a few videos of black women broadcast their love for black women, only to see quite a few videos and statements from black men saying they don't like black women or that they only date light or non-black women. I hope more black men follow and support John Boyega. I'm giving the love, respect and admiration that their black women deserve. I hope I've not offended anyone, just trying to be positive.
And when he get on, he leave your ass for a white girl. Or he's supposed to, not like John Boyega. Allow me to explain. But first, hi sunshine. I'm Dr. Donna Oreo, sex and relationship therapist in the Washington, D.C. metro area, serving black women, helping them to feel free, fabulous, and fucked. And this is us talking a little bit about the fuck today. Okay, so let's get into John Boyega. John Boyega's desire for black women is only news because white women demand access to what they believe is theirs. Historically speaking, black men have been able to have access to lighter and white women upon gaining that money, right? So you can have access to whatever kind of paramour you want, as long as you have the money and some level of fame, notoriety, or whatever to sort of back that up. And the idea of this still hinges on the idea that black women are the most undesirable and that white women are the most desirable. And his choosing of black women goes against the social conventions of the white supremacist delusion and what it thinks it deserves and should have access to, including one's desire, right? So that he is saying out loud that black women are desirable in a world that screams otherwise. And as a person who with access to more, right, and to a variety of women, it makes him an anomaly worthy of the news when white supremacy prizes itself as the best and he denies it. This is very similar to why it is news that Halle is the Little Mermaid, despite the fact that we already knew that. It's because whiteness is a mundane norm that is often shooketh when not selected. Let's talk about it. Please feel free to comment in the comment section. I want to know where you are and how you get free from this mindset.